Hey everybody, this is genoboost from GameMusicForAll.com, and today I'm reviewing the first in a series of beat tapes by Voodoo Lion. This one is called 8-Bit Childhood, and contrary to the title, uh, this deals with many 16-bit themes as well. Anyway, uh, let's get down to the point. This album is just ridiculous. Every time I think I get the album, like I hear the beat start and I'm like, oh, I get it. It's like a Castlevania beat and there's some drums and then he flips it and then I'm like, oh my god, I just listened to the end of the track and then the next thing I know I've listened to the entire album because every beat just gets flipped upside down and there's so many themes he works with in this album, from Metroid to Zelda, um, that he completely takes into his own and spits out something I've never heard before. And it's a full album of that. That's pretty intense if you ask me. So this is definitely an album of the year type album for me. As I'm doing this review, I've had quite a few listens to this album. If you listen to the Subcon podcast, you definitely heard a couple of tracks off this album. Um, and so basically, I could definitely use more of this. As I record this, I've gotten to hear both episode 2 and 3, but don't worry, I'll get to those reviews soon enough. So we're not going to talk about those right now. Um, but in the original review, I had actually written I could definitely use a lot more of these mesmerizing beats. Um, like basically every track he's remixed, I'm like, man, he could do a whole Silent Hill album. He could do a whole Metroid album. He could do a whole Castlevania album. And I definitely bump each of those in my car, at home, at work. Luckily, I work at home, so it's the same thing. Voodoo Lion nails all these tracks. He uses an incredible use of samples, especially in the Hatchling, which is a great fusion of Metroid and definitely evokes all those feelings from Alien movie series as well, thanks to the aforementioned deft use of samples and audio clips. Then we get my favorite track of the album that I definitely have to mention. That's Mallory Kane, parentheses, Bomb the Banquet, which takes inspiration from Simon's Quest and basically murders more people than Dracula on this super sick track. Definitely makes me yearn for a full Castlevania album from Voodoo Lion, but to be honest, I'd like a full Castlevania track from basically every artist I've ever enjoyed. So that doesn't specifically make him special, I suppose. Anyway, I can definitely use any type of awesome remixes from him. And hey, some original beats too, just whatever you want to do, man. As long as it is just as bumping, and I'm sure it will be. And I'm sure you'll know that too once you check out my other reviews on Voodoo Lion as well. Anyway, there's a super dope vibe covering this entire album, which weaves its way through to the future albums as well. Anyone familiar with the source material is going to absolutely love these beats. I feel like I can guarantee it with this album. It's definitely, as I said, album of the year material. Basically, he's practically competing with himself because he's another one of those artists that seems to be releasing music at quite an impressive clip. Anyway, check out Voodoo Lion. You can find this album on his Bandcamp and his SoundCloud page. Thanks for watching another video game music review on GameMusicForAll.com. If you have a video game inspired album that you want me to check out, then just leave a comment below with a link to that album, or you could hit me up on Twitter at genoboost, or hit me up on email gamemusicforall@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and be sure to subscribe for more video game music reviews and let's play videos and all sorts of other stuff on youtube.com/gamemusicforall.